Hi everyone, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, Dr. Lawyer turned homeschool mom of 3 kids ages 10, 6, and 5. If you're interested in videos about secular homeschooling, raising a child with ADHD, and living a more essentialist, intentional lifestyle, you have come to the right place, so be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. In today's video, I'll be telling you a little bit more about Literature Pockets Greek and Roman Myths by Evan-Moor for grades 4 through 6. If you have been following our channel for a while, you know that I've been using Evan-Moor workbooks in our homeschool since the very beginning over 3 years ago. And I love them. I think they create very high quality educational products that get to the point of what you want your children to know without unduly wasting time. So the literature pockets are really fun. They are a separate group of workbooks. They're not typical workbooks where you fill in information in them. They are much more like tools that you can use to create your own lap books. So each one of these books has a variety of different projects that you can use to create your own 3-dimensional and 2-dimensional like informational packets or lap books if you like lap books. So this particular book has 8 different projects about Greek and Roman myths, ranging from Phaeton and the Sun Chariot, Pandora's Jar, Perseus and the Gorgons, Arachne and the Weaving Contest, The Race for Atalanta, Persephone and the Seasons, Bellerophon and Pegasus, I don't know how to say that, and Echo and Narcissus. There's also a variety of other literature pocket books if you're interested in editions for younger children. Specifically for grades K through 1, they have nursery rhymes and folk tales and fairy tales. For grades 2 through 3, they have folk tales and fairy tales and Aesop's fables. And in grades 4 through 6, they have nonfiction, tall tales, and these Greek and Roman. On occasion, it's just fun to get out of the typical writing projects and have your kids do activities like this. So, for example, they give you like a cover sheet for all of them if you are, in fact, going to do one folder or book for them. There is information presented about the myths that you can study. There's a table of the Greek and Roman names for the various gods. There's also different types of little foldable things that you can create, and it gives you very specific instructions on how to do any of that. They are not designed to be used alone. Like, for example, this is printed on the back, and I kind of wish they wouldn't do that if they make new editions of this, because it makes it a lot easier if you could just cut it out, particularly if you have one child. However, I have 3, so I'll be making copies anyway, so it doesn't matter to me so much. They have the myth laid out for you. That's a 2-page reading of the myth. And then they have an activity where you create Apollo's daily journey. And it's a turnable activity where the sun rises and sets with a little wheel that you create. All the templates are provided for you to copy and cut out. Then they have a chariot of the sun, and you're going to use specific types of paper for this, like gold foil and tag board to make it hard, but that's not so hard. And honestly, if you wanted to use aluminum foil, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, right? You could paint it yellow for the sun. Here you have Pandora's Jar. Again, you have the story. You can read it out loud. There are review questions for each of the stories provided if you want to go through like some reading comprehension. And then the activity. They also provide a section on more to explore. So they talk about a discussion activity about Pandora's gifts, the moral dilemma that Pandora had, and more myths about Pandora and Zeus. There is a little writing activity where you use a graphic organizer to plan out a story that you might write that's similar. And then you move on to packet 3, which is the Perseus and Gorgons myth. And you can see that each of the myths, although they have review questions and more to explore, and this cover sheet and the story, they each have different types of activities for you to pursue. So if a child doesn't like one type of activity, you're not stuck with that for all the different myths. This one's a particularly fun one because it's the portrait of Medusa that you can make. You can actually see it on the cover with construction paper snakes. Here you can pretend that you're a journalist and you write a newspaper story about Medusa in real time. And then you move on. So I really like the way that it automatically creates like a little unit study for you. So if you're doing myths and you're doing a unit study, this book has handled it all for you, because there are some language arts activities like about vocabulary or fill in the blank things, but there's also a lot of colorful and active activities that you can do where you create your lap book. Here you have Persephone and the Seasons. The story always makes me sad. And little puppets that you can create to tell the story. When you get to the Pegasus story, You have different arrows, a wanted poster, a flying Pegasus, Echo and Narcissus is the very last one. And there's a little, again, like a little flat book that you can create out of that and a little writing form. So my son and I are reading through the Percy Jackson series this year, and he's really enjoying it. He's really into Greek and Roman mythology, so I thought this would be a really fun addition. If you are interested in any of the literature pockets or any other evan-moor workbooks, be sure to check out my affiliate link down below. What that means is that if you click on my affiliate link and purchase something from evan-moor, I do receive a small commission, and I do appreciate that because it helps me to continue making these videos for you all. As always, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for spending some of it with me, and I wish you guys the very best day.